going to go back to it. All right, so I need you to tell me, because there's a little paragraph there, okay? So there is a little bit of a paragraph right here. Can you, in your own words, tell me what is a monomial? Please type that into the chat for me. So in your own words, tell me what is a monomial. Put it in the chat. I like Miguel's answer. That was very creative. Okay, everybody needs to give me their own interpretation in the chat. So everybody should be typing something in for me. Let me know that you're paying attention, okay? That is your way to communicate with me. So since Miguel answered, Miguel, what does polynomial mean then? We're waiting for everybody else to put in there. Okay, Mariana is describing each individual term. Anything more than one for polynomial, okay? A term of a polynomial. Okay, Miranda, I like that, like that you said the word term. Okay, and Juliana got it too. The term of a polynomial. Mikey, no. Please don't touch. Okay. All right. So basically a monomial is like a single term. Okay. You've been dealing with that forever, right? Technically, any number, we're getting a lot more great answers. Any number really is a monomial, right? 6 is the monomial. I've been dealing with it since you learned how to count, a monomial, okay? It's anything that is one term, okay? It can have a variable squished together with a number, that's fine. Anything that's not a monomial is anything that has more than one term, okay? So then we call those polynomials. So if we're gonna look at identifying our monomials here, so I'm looking for things that have one term. So it looks like x cubed has one term. It looks like even though this is, as long as it's multiplied, it's one term. So that looks like it's one term. So it's a squared b c. I can't tell if it's squared or cubed. I think it's supposed to be cubed, or maybe it has something else up there. And then 76, that's a monomial. And then this thing here, this huge long thing here, that's not a monomial. That is some other kind of polynomial. A variable. Uh-oh. Did I just lose? Can you guys still hear me? My presentation seems to have. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hopefully you can all still hear me and see me. Can you let me know in the chat? Can you guys still hear me and see me? Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you, Samantha. All right, and Ashley. All right, and everyone else who said yes. Sorry, those are the ones I caught. Okay, there was kind of a blip here, so I wanted to make sure we were still good. Okay, so a degree is basically you add up the exponents, and then a degree of a polynomial is the degree of the monomial with the greatest degree, so whichever one has the greatest degree. So in this one here, my degree would be 3 because it just has an exponent of 3. And apparently I missed, apparently that was a 12, not a 3 up here. This was supposed to be a 12. All right, so all I have to do here is I need to add these 3 exponents up. Technically, there's a 1 on the b. So I'd have 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 12 would be 15 would be my degree. Technically on a number, there's always an x after it with a degree of 0. So this would be degree 0. All right. The terms, okay, are each individual thing. So really the terms would be y, 3y squared I would probably call it negative 5y cubed and then 10 would each be an individual term. In D, they want us to collect they want us to tell me the coefficients on the terms. So can you guys in the chat really quick, just put commas between them. What are all the coefficients? Just the coefficient. I don't want the variable. So just tell me the coefficient in each term. And once you've typed in the coefficients, see if you can identify the degrees in the next one, okay? You don't need to type in the degrees, just type in the coefficients. All right, we've got some good things coming in. Again, make sure you're typing into the chat because I'm counting that as participation today. All right, so I'm seeing a 1, 3, negative 5, and 10. Perfect. Good, 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 good. Okay, then the next one says we want the degree. So remember the degree. What's degree mean? Where do I look for the degree? Can you tell me in the chat? What do I need to look at for the degree? So I'm looking for what do I need to look at for the degree. All right, the exponents, that's correct. So technically my exponent on this first one is 1. My exponent on this one, and we don't count exponents on the numbers, okay, just on the variables. That one looks like a 2. This one here looks like a 3. And then this one here, remember, is x to the 0 power, so that one's just 0, okay? Technically, to write it in standard form, you want to go from greatest, buddy, exponent to least, basically, which is the constant term. It's not, I totally spelled that wrong, constant term. It's not wrong to not write it in standard form, but typically we will see it in from the highest exponent to the least. So I would probably say that this would be negative 5y cubed plus 3y squared plus y plus 10. All right, so given that fact, the highest degree goes first. What is my leading coefficient right now? So remember, it's the coefficient in front of the highest degree. So can you guys tell me in the chat real quick, what's the leading coefficient? Excellent work, everybody. Negative 5. Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go through this because I want to make sure we finish. So how do you find the degree of a polynomial with multiple variables in each term? We talked about that earlier, that we have to add up the exponents. Take a minute and write that down. And then we're going to do like the easiest lesson ever, right? Because all we're going to do in this one is add and subtract. You're going to do multiplication and for the asynchronous time today. All right, so we're going to add polynomials and subtract polynomials. Basically, this is a big, which you've been doing forever, combine like terms. That's all we are doing, is combining like terms, okay? If there is, the exponents have to match for them to be like terms. I don't care if you write it down and rearrange it. I'm going to show you kind of what I do with this. Hopefully I can read it. I know the notes seem blurry. I didn't do a good copy and paste job. But I always start with my highest exponent and work my way down. If it's a plus sign, I can just start where I'm at. Look, I didn't give you hardly any room to write that, did I? Because it doesn't take much room. So I'm just going to write an equal sign here. And I'm looking for my highest exponent. What does it look like my highest exponent is? Can you tell me in the chat? What's my highest exponent on this? I'm seeing 3. Look again. Let's look again. Is there anything higher than 3? This one looks like a 2. That one looks like a 3. I think this is a 2. Can't tell if that one's a 2 or a 3. Yeah, it's looking like a 4. I can't tell if that one's a 2 or a 3. I'm going to go with it that it's a 2. So we'll make that one a 2, whether it's a 2 or a 3. Okay. All right. So we're going to pick my x to the 4th power. So notice, watch what I'm doing. I'm underlining, double underline. So I'm identifying which one goes with which one. Okay. So 5x to the 4th plus 3x to the 4th would be 8x to the 4th. Now I'm going to look at my cubes. I only see one cube, so I'm going to say that that's minus x cubed. All right, now I'm going to go to, I'm going to use a different color, but you could use a different mark. Notice I used a circle, okay? I'm just going to do one underline this time. There's my squareds. So 4x squared plus 6x squared is 10x squared. Now I'm going to look for x's. Ooh, I only have one. Oh, it didn't change color on me. Sometimes it does that. I only have minus x. And then anything that's left looks like it's a 2. I'm going to use a triangle. I guess I'm using an orange triangle, not a red triangle. Oh, there goes the red, plus 2. Okay? Should be easy peasy. Okay? It's combining like terms. Right? That's all this is. It's just the exponents might be a little bit higher. All right. So let's try B together. Okay? So all I'm going to do is add my exponent or add my like terms together. Because it's a plus sign, I don't really need to worry about moving and everything. So I'm going to start with my x to the 4th. So I have 6x to the 4th minus 7x to the 4th would be negative 1x to the 4th. I don't typically write the negative 1. All right, I need to look for cubes. It looks like I've got negative 18x cubed. That looks like a cube to me, plus 2x cubed is going to be negative 16x cubed. All right, I'm looking next for squareds. I don't see any squareds, right? No squared, so now I'm going to go to x's. So I've got 10x and positive x would be 11x. And then now I'm looking for any constants I can find. So I've got negative 2. It's not changing colors. There goes negative 2 and positive 5, so plus 3. We handle it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? A good thing to start with. Notice I skipped all the pages on graphing, right? I went to this. All right, I'm not going to worry about reflect. Let's go to this one right here. Let's see, what are we doing on time? Here's what I'm going to have you guys do. Everybody do just your turn 3 really quick. Take a minute and do it. Okay, we're going to skip your turn 4. You can cross it out. And then we'll talk about subtracting before class is over here. So you should be trying your turn 3 right now. Okay, when you're done with your turn 3, I want just the constant. So put the last term in the chat. I don't want you to type it all in. Just tell me what the constant was at the last term. Does negative 9 have an exponent of 7? Yes, I believe that's a 7. Everybody agree with that, that's a 7? The exponents are really blurry. Okay, so I think that's a 4. I think this is a 2. That's a 3. That's a 3. And that's a 2. Is that better? Okay, so try it now. And then when you're done, your signal to me that you're done and you're ready is that you tell me what the constant term is in the chat, because that should be, in theory, the last thing you write down. Okay? Okay, so Cole, look up at the screen. It was a 4, 2, 7, 3, 3, 2. All right, so again, when you're done, you're going to tell me what is the constant term. Put it in the chat for me. All right, I'm getting some 16s, okay? Now that we have the exponent problem solved, this one here should be my leading coefficient, right? So -9, my lead term. Okay, and I didn't have any other 7, so I'm going to go to my next one. It looks like 4th power is next, and I only see 1/4 power, so plus 17x to the 4th. And the book's going to do crazy things like this. I'm giving you a Delta math assignment. They might not have as crazy as the book goes here. Cubes looks like we've got -2x cubed and positive 11x cubed, so plus 9x cubed. Okay. And then let's see, go to a different color. 8x squared and -8x squared. Those are going to cancel, right? So I don't have any x squareds that I'm actually going to write down. And then we've got +4 and +12, which I agree with you is +16. Okay. Hopefully we can handle that. That's not that difficult. The only difference between add and subtract, tell me in the chat, what's my big difference going to be? What am I going to have to do first when I subtract? What's instinct tell you right here that I'm going to have to do before I add them up? You've been doing it forever, right? We're going to multiply by -1. Oh, distribute the negative. I got it. It's so funny. Cole's popped up and like a bazillion chat comments came up above it. It was really weird. All I saw was Cole's pop up. Okay, yeah, we're going to distribute the negative. That's the only difference. If it was me, remember how you have to put comments or questions out in the, I would put distribute negative out here. There's my annotation. Hopefully in handwriting that you can read. Okay, that's all I got to do first. Okay, it's not a big deal. So all I'm going to do is I am going to rewrite this one because that's showing proper work. You want to get in that habit of showing good work properly because when it comes time for an AP test at the end of next year, you have to show all your steps. You don't have a choice in that, or you don't earn credits for it. I think that's -6x squared minus or plus 9x, flip your signs, minus 3 plus 18x cubed. Okay? All right. So we are going to look at, it looks like cubed is my highest exponent. So it's the same thing I was doing before. 12x cubed plus 18x cubed would be 30x cubed. Double check my arithmetic, make sure I'm doing it right. Okay. I'm going to go to squareds next. So -8x squared, -6x squared would be -14x squared. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to x's. So 5x and positive 9x is positive 14x. All right, and then finally we're going to go to our, didn't change color, got a lag on it. 19 and -3 would be positive 16. Okay, so really it was one extra tiny little step. We had to distribute a negative first. Okay. All right, I don't think we need to, let's see where are we at with this. Your turn. I don't think we need to do a bazillion of those. Let's just do one more, okay? And we'll call it good on notes, and you can skip the rest of the notes. How's that sound? Okay. So the rest of this section of notes. Let's distribute that in, so that way you've at least got 2 of these to look at. So -4, all I'm doing is rewriting, -4x squared plus 8x cubed plus 19 minus 5x cubed. We're going to distribute the negative in. So -9 minus 2x, I think that one's a squared, plus 10x cubed. Okay. So what's my, that's interesting. Maybe that's not a cubed on that one. Look at this one here. I think that might not be a cubed. I'm going to call that a 5th power. Let's adjust that to a 5th power. Does it look like a 5th power to you? It's not erasing right now. So we're going to adjust this one to make that a 5th power. Oh, it's not changing color on me. Gotta love when the technology doesn't work. Okay, everybody got that's a 5th power. There we go. I don't know why my colors aren't working right now. Okay, so that one there is going to be my highest exponent, right? Negative 5x to the 5th. It's unusual in these type of problems that they would put a cubed in a cube because they would have already combined it together usually. Sometimes, maybe not always, but sometimes, usually they would have. All right, so, oh, now it changes colors. 8x cubed plus 10x cubed is going to be 18x cubed. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to look for are my squareds. So negative 4x squared and negative, would the 10 become negative? Yes, it would, Lauren. Thank you for catching that. So that just messed that up, didn't it? Ooh, thank you for catching my typo there. And I'd erased that one, but it's not erasing this. There we go. Okay, so let's fix that up. So it's going to be negative 10x cubed, which means that it's going to be 8x cubed minus 10x cubed would be negative 2x cubed. Okay. No, Miguel, I messed up, and I saw Lauren's comment first. Okay. So we've got negative 4x squared and negative 2x squared is negative 6x squared. And then let's see, what have I not used? A triangle, maybe. 19 and negative 9 is positive 10. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there for a few seconds. Let you finish that. Okay. So we are going to not do the reflect. We're not going to do the your turn. Okay. You still need to do elaborate. So that's your summary piece. Okay. So you need to do those. I'm looking at this really quick. I don't think you need to do 11. Okay. But you can do the rest of them. Okay. So after this, because it's now our asynchronous time, right? Your job is you have to go do the notes on multiplying, okay? And then you need to do the homework assignment that covers both adding, subtracting, and multiplying, okay? So that's what the asynchronous expectation is. If you don't want to hear the joke of the day, you don't have to stick around. But I will do the joke of the day really quick. As I know, it's been a whole 2 weeks since we've done a joke of the day, maybe like 2.5, 3, because I know that we missed out on a few there during finals week. So I need to. We are presenting. It's going to take me a minute to get there. So, and apparently my machine is being super slow. Maybe it's the recording thing. Maybe I should stop the recording. That's not helping things right now. Yeah, this machine is going way slow. Apparently I somehow turned on the closed captioning. That's good. All right. What has happened? There we go. I got the presenting to stop. Grid. All right, we'll see what Andy did for us today. If it's not appropriate, I'll stop it in the middle because I didn't check it. Because he did one that wasn't appropriate a few weeks ago. Okay, January 4 math jokes. So this is not fair. So we were working on fixing up the office so I could use it. And since I've got the babies home today, Andy's in the office. He's getting to use mom's new chair. We aren't quite done with the office, but it's getting a lot closer than it was.
Guys, happy new year. It's finally 2021, so let's kick it off with a math joke. Okay, so when do math teachers watch Prime Video? In between 101 and 11:45.
That's pretty good. Okay. Nice job, Andy. All right, you guys. Coral, the answer is yes. You don't need to do anything that I crossed out, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Sorry that it cut out. All right, I will do the best I can to post this. I am going to turn off the meet for just a little bit. I'll probably turn it back on around, let's see, what time is this async over? I'll turn it back on around maybe 10:30. So if you need something, pop back in at 10:30. Okay. Get up, move around. Okay. You don't have to do this right now, but I encourage you to not wait too long to do it. Get it done today. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. I will see you all on Wednesday if I don't see you again today. Okay. Have a great day. All right, you guys, we're gonna get shoes on. Go get your shoes. Go get your shoes. Hey, we're gonna go outside for a few minutes. Go get your shoes. That's weird. This one, like.